Yes, Mel has some stories.
That was a very shocking story.
Hey, Mel, you got any friends still left?
Did he have any children?
You got a jump start.
This is questions I don't want to ask about.
Just jump start.
Okay, but we're going to go ahead and move. Alita's going to come up after Jim Harter, so we're going to have Jim Harter come up next. Jim writes in rhyme for me all the time, so his introduction is in rhyme. Where is Jim? Ah, there you are. All right. Walk the tightrope of intrigue, the enigma of confusion, the lure of temptation, the burden of fear. Follow the rivers of belief, disappear into the ether, and let everything go. Go into the glow. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Harter.
I gotta be careful, I don't want to get near him.
Yes. Simply shocking.
That's shocking.
You didn't bring your hat.
Hmm?
You didn't bring your hat.
No, no, I didn't.
This light.
We'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm gonna read the two poems that I was gonna read at the last meeting, and we didn't have time. So I have to find them first. During my writings, I begin with a long journey into myself. Here is one of them, called The Wandering Soul. I'll put my glasses on. I'm sort of conversing with myself, more like a soliloquy, but here we go. When my conscious body is traveling with me, time becomes the dimension it is meant to be. If my imagination and desires are strong enough, and I have a belief in and knowing myself, I will be able to wander the universe at my leisure and return to my body at my pleasure. Now time has no dimension, and that is also as is meant to be. My spirit has a free will, yet is enveloped in my body, by my body. A temporary keeper am I, oh, to let the harbored spirit lie. My earthly moors encourage me to stay firmly on this earth and to learn earthly things. I accept that, and it is good, for there is much to learn. Yet my ethereal feelings urge me to go forth and become knowing of all these things beyond the body and within the soul. Those conflicting mores are really interrelated, and the growth of one gains wisdom for the other. Is then the purpose of a human life to allow the soul to experience all the extensions of wisdom through the knowledge gained in the human mind? Is the mind just a transfer agent to the soul, and the soul is prodding questioner into the mind? If the soul has not gained all the wisdom needed toward ultimate ascension, is return to another body a reincarnation of the soul? Kept probing and asking and delving and wondering. There is a wandering soul in my living body now. I'm harboring him and learning all he will allow. He's asking of me in a gentle, prodding way, help me to learn from what you've learned today. If I seek, then surely I shall find the answers to questions within my probing mind. Then all the knowledge gained will subsequently turn into wisdom for my everlasting soul to learn. You know, it's fun going into your mind and trying to talk to yourself. And I do that a lot. In the 10 books I've written, they occur time and time again. This next one's called, and it followed the poem, the article I just read, called Soul of Mine. Fly with me to the ends of the earth and beyond the azure sky. Fly until the sky is the bottom of our feet and fly on. Fly! Soar until the universe is but a distant glory view. Soar and soar up away till we begin our life anew. Now turn and gather in all the wonders which surround us. Catch the feeling of all the glorious sights around us. Reflect on all the good things that happened in our life. Remember all the happy times which overshadowed those of strife. Keep these memories intact and revered forevermore and longer. Ne'er forget your friends and loves. The soul grows ever stronger. I read this one a while back and Mike really liked it. I'm going to read it again. Lonesome Trail.
Oh, okay.
All alone, musing, walking, leaving no footprints, roaming into nowhere, nothing right, nothing left, straight ahead, no place to go, no place to be. As it is above, so is it below. A horizonless, directionless, destinationless, timeless, through turmoil, tempting, tainting, taunting. Why bother? Time to stop. No! Move on. Straight ahead. Keep your head. Keep your faith. Keep your life forever. Believe. Walk on. Walk on. When you're there, you will know. Now, this one here is called Drag. See where we go with this one. On a hill far away, there is a far-out colony called Drag, and everyone who resides there loves to be living in drag. The townsfolk are called dragons, who are very protective and proud of their heritage and their colony. There exists a lower class of unfortunate dragons who are known as the dragoons. They are caught in their own dragnet. The colony is truly a monarchy, and the dragdom is ruled by a royal couple named Drag King and Drag Queen. You cannot tell which one from the other. Gender is a misplaced memory. Every day the dragons fly out to search the countrywide flower beds for the sweet nectars of the rare honeysuckle pansies, the pink tulip tiptoes, and the snapdragon daisy. They also search for the juicy fruit orchards for the delicious pineapple kumquats and the passion fruit fuzzy navels. Their voracious appetites spread into the dark forest wherein dwell the likes of the huckleberry switch hazels and the scrumptious syrups of the honeydew gumdrop trees. And every day they venture into the boggy fens to prance and dance the truffle and scuffle with the fairies, nymphs, pixies, sprites, elves, and trolls. Most of the dragons are sickly bunch, coming down with the hives, the cellulitis, and PSL. That's pumpernickel syndrome disorder. The dragons have never breathed fire and brimstone. They release only a lovely, red-hot, aromatic bouquet spray that bedazzles the bejesus out of everyone and everything in the colony called Drag. Although their lives drag on, peacefully they seek and find their burning desires fulfilled during every fantastic breathing day in this fabulous colony of Drag. Long live the dragonfly. How much time do I got?
That was it.
Oh, because I had a
8
song.
minutes. A song? Do a quick song.
There's a hole in the bottom of the seat. You know this one? You know it? There's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a frog and a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. This is all prepositions. Frog in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a wart on the frog and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a wart on the frog and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hair on the wart on the frog and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hair on the wart on the frog and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a fly on the hair and the wart, the frog, and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a fly on the hair and the wart, the frog, and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a fuzz on the hair on the wart, on the frog, and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a fuzz on the hair and the wart, the frog, and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a bacteria on the hair, on the wart, on the frog, and the bump on the log, and on the fuzz. You know what I mean. On the hair, and the wart, the frog, the bump on the log, and the hole in the bottom of the seat. There's a fuzz on the hair, and the wart, the frog, the bump on the log, and the hole in the bottom of the seat. Oh, it jumps some out, it tricks some out. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the seat. It goes on, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But that's it. Hey, I got a whole bunch of those.
Oh, I know you do. What's the name of the songbook again?
Good Times Party Song.
Good Times Party Songbook.
Yeah.